I'm in Irpin, a suburb of Kiev, and that's where the bombing happened in back in April, at the beginning of the war. The rest of the town is pretty much okay. Stores, supermarket, people going on with their life. But the rest of there are just a few buildings that have been hit, and now they are inhabitable, as you can see. Windows broken, burning. Maybe it's just my impression, but I can still smell the fire that happened many months ago. It's cold because it just snow, but it's a eerie atmosphere here. But it's just a few buildings, because the rest, as I say, it goes pretty much very normal. See all the destructions from the bombing. But Kiev is like, if I didn't know that a conflict is going on between the US and Russia, I would not know that this country is caught in the middle of the fire. More. Let's go this way. There are some other buildings that have been affected. Over there, it's so cold. This is another building. Over here, let me show you. This is another building. This one, the roof fell off. Then there is another building over here that I saw. I want to go. See, life goes on as normal. It's like quiet. People are very friendly. People are nice, smiling, happy to see me, asking me where I'm from, and try to speak as much as they can English. It's so cold. There's snow, but the snow is beautiful. Okay, over there I saw another building. Let me see. I will go inside, but I think it's not advisable to go inside. It's probably very dangerous. Let me see if I can. I don't know how to do a selfie with this. Here I am, freezing. My hands are freezing. I don't have gloves. I have gloves in the hotel. I didn't bring them with me because if I don't use the phone, I put my hands in my pocket. Okay, here is another small building that's been destroyed. But destroyed, I would have thought that it will fall completely. But they're still standing. So the process, there is another area, another town, suburb of Kiev called Vasha, and it's not too far from here, but there also has been damage in the building and many people have been killed. And but I was told that everything has been reconstructed. Of course, a lot of money has been poured continuously to Ukraine. There are other wars. There is a Palestinian, Yemen, but all the attention is for Ukraine. Everything is Ukraine right now. Meanwhile, I'm doing better than some places in the US or in Italy where I'm from. This is very horrifying. Let me see if I can zoom in. I guess I can't. Or maybe it's my hands. Here you go. Very bad. And these were some people's houses. And I don't understand why these buildings in particular and not Kiev, because Kiev has not been affected. I spent 2 days in Kiev. Everything is normal. People going to restaurants, supermarket, store, bars, everything going. Life is normal. It's just the opposite of what they're telling us in TV. I don't understand it. I'm in front of another building that has been destroyed in Irpin, Kiev, suburb of Kiev. And it's just ugly to see and sad and horrifying. Broken windows, broken AC unit. And many of these buildings are being reconstructed. So cold. This is another one. But I'm glad that I came to witness in person. Every war is sad and wasted money in destruction of property, human life and livelihood, when that money could be invested in building a society, lifting up people. So this must have been a pharmacy. Lifting up people that are struggling. But no, there are big interests at play. And so war is preferred because the big military industry that profit from war and weapons, they make big profit from war. Peace is not profitable. War is. So that's more important. Plus, Ukraine is a very wealthy country in terms of resources. So throughout history, Ukraine has been invaded by Polish, Swedish, Lithuanian, Russians. There over there, another building. And the US has interest in Ukraine to expand NATO and to expand its hegemonic powers all over Europe, all over the world, and steal people resources. And Ukraine has a profit ground, a good ground, because there is a political establishment that is very corrupt, is manipulated by oligarchs. We are talking about Russian oligarchs that do exist, but they are Ukrainian oligarchs, and they are, as everybody knows, they are oligarchs in the US. They pull the strings behind the scene and control the politicians to lead the country the way they want it. So Ukraine is the best, it's a good place to control and to make sure that NATO is in NATO expansion continues. And ultimate goal is to destroy Russia, to destroy Putin, regime change like there was in Iraq, like there was in Libya, destabilizing those countries. But Russia is not Iraq, is not Libya. Russia has the nuclear weapon, and Putin is not Saddam Hussein, is not Gaddafi. He's not going to fail like them. So we are playing with fire. I hope for peace, because at the end is the Ukrainian people that are suffering. These are some of the sweetest people I ever met in my life. They've been smiling and helping, even with a little English or no English at all. They've been so nice, so nice. I'm glad I made the trip, and what made the trip special was the Ukrainian people. I feel bad for them because of the government that doesn't want peace. They said it very clearly. The President Zelensky signed a decree that he will not negotiate until Putin is in power, which is crazy. You have to negotiate with the negotiation is negotiations with your enemy, if that's an enemy, but he doesn't want to negotiate. The thing is that the war started in 2014. It didn't start in 2022. And it started because the Ukrainian government committed atrocities with bombing and war against the Russian-speaking population in the Donbass region. And after 8 years, Russia waited 8 years before intervening. And finally they intervened. And that's what happens. And then the US got involved and involved Europe, the corrupt leaders of the European Union. They don't care about the population is struggling with the high bills. No, they also have to follow the guidelines of the US. Here's a up-close destruction. This is a massive building. I don't know if it was an office or a house, but you can still see the furniture inside. You see? And here, but this is like 5 or 6 buildings that I've seen. The rest of Kiev, as I said in my previous video, you would not know there was a conflict going on, because the conflict is limited to the Donbass region. But the mass media, as the service of the government, the Western government, they want to make it appear like the entire country is on fire, but it's not.